Wow, this video has aged fine like wine. A couple of months ago, 3 to be specific, I made a video talking about The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered rumor. Well, guess what, buddy boys? It's real and it's here. They released the trailer, they gave us some details on what this game will be offering, and it comes out in January of next year.
Why?
I know I said I wouldn't talk about The Last of Us anymore, but you gotta do what you gotta do to please the algorithm. So let's talk about what this game will be offering. Okay, so what's the big deal with this remaster? According to the PlayStation blog, where I got my information from, there will be new technical innovations, new modes, and new behind-the-scenes features that will give you a deeper look into The Last of Us Part 2's creation.
Who wants that?
The first thing that caught my eye was this new mode called No Return. It's basically one of those survival modes where gamers get to play as any character they want while engaging in combat with the infected. I won't lie, that seems to be pretty interesting. I would be happy to play as either Joel or Tommy, or maybe they'll throw in Sarah into the mix, who knows? The next thing they bragged about was the guitar minigame. Remember how we were practically forced to play the guitar minigame 5 times over the course of the story? Well, guess what? They introduced a new mode called Guitar Free Play Mode. So, is there anyone who's excited to play this? Yeah, I didn't think so. You'll get to explore the lost levels that didn't make it into the game. You'll probably get to explore Jackson or some other places. And it turns out that there will be a developer's commentary track running you through some of these levels. There are new outfits that you can put on Ellie and Abby. That seems pretty cool, I guess. And guess what? If you plan on playing through the story again, which I don't know why anyone would want to do that, there will be a newly recorded director's commentary track across the cutscenes from Neil Druckmann, Haley Gross, and actors Troy Baker, Ashley Johnson, and Laura Bailey. Watch these motherfuckers try to justify the shitty writing in this game. It will be a riot. There are other things like enhanced graphics, which is fucking hilarious. The top picture is the PS4 and the bottom picture is the PS5. Can you really tell a difference?
No, not really, no.
You'll get more haptic feedback on the DualSense controller. There'll also be a speedrun mode. There's going to be some new stuff that they'll put in the photo mode. There's also a WLF edition where you'll get trading cards, pins, and a Washington Liberation Front patch, and other stuff I don't really care about. So you're probably wondering, how much is all of this? Well, it only costs a measly $10.
You're bullshitting me!
No, I'm not bullshitting you. If you have The Last of Us Part 2 on your PS5, you can upgrade it to get The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. And I have to say, that's pretty smart on Naughty Dog's part. Because if this shit was $50 or $70, everybody will be flipping their shit on Twitter right now.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o!
Now let me tell you what I think about this. As I said in my last video, regardless of how much content it has, and regardless of how cheap it is, this is still a pointless fucking remaster. But I will give it credit that they at least tried to add something to this remaster. Unlike the first Last of Us, where they basically added nothing other than a fresh coat of paint. But I feel like this should be DLC, not a remaster, you know?
No.
Exactly. Who cares what I think? Regardless of what logical people say, there will still be idiots like Dom the Bomb that will constantly eat this shit up and basically encourage Naughty Dog to make more remasters instead of new IPs. Listen, You can like The Last of Us, and you can like The Last of Us Part 2 all you want, but when you buy these remasters, you're basically encouraging companies to play it safe instead of making something actually new. Because in their eyes, you guys are a bunch of stupid fucking consumers that will eat up anything that has this IP's name slapped on it.
Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
But luckily, there are some people that are using their brains and rightfully calling this out. So, that's enough to make me have some faith in humanity. Okay, I saw this stupid tweet on Twitter, and I know this has nothing to do with the remaster, but I just wanted to talk about this because it is so funny. Apparently, people still need to hear this. Ellie let Abby go because she finally forgave Joel and herself, not because revenge bad. You have zero sense of media literacy if you think otherwise. I thought we were past this, but apparently it's June 2020 again. You know what I thought when I first saw this tweet? I was like, man, you're gonna get eaten alive in the comments. And this person has been getting fucked left, right, center, and all around, both in quote tweets and in the comments. Let's read a couple, shall we? Okay, let's get into the first tweet. This one is from Mahler, and he said, I am so fucking bored of people using media literacy as a way of saying you are too stupid to be as correct as me. Also, The Last of Us Part 2 sucks donkey balls, and the ending is as hilarious as it is nonsensical.
Get fucked.
Not bad, Longman. Not bad at all. The next one comes from Cynical Reviews, and he said, Abby and her friends heard that someone's name was Joel, proceeded to beat him to death without even bothering to verify if he was the one they were looking for, then called it
Mission accomplished.
The Last of Us 2's writing was garbage.
Shut up! Shut your fucking mouth, you're so annoying. Oh my god.
You know what? That's a pretty valid criticism, and I still think the sequence of events and how everything worked in Abby's favor, it's just bonkers as fuck to watch. The next tweet comes from the Mighty Critical Drinker, and he says, does Ellie also forgive herself for the dozens of men and women she killed to get to Abby, most of whom were just normal people trying to survive? No matter how much cope you apply, the morality and message of that game is utterly fucked.
Am I the only one who understands the complexities of this ambitious cinematic masterpiece?
Shut up! Shut your fucking mouth, you're so annoying. Oh my god.
I agree with you, Drinker. The fact that she killed so many people just to say, you know what, I'm gonna end the cycle of violence once and for all. I'm not gonna kill you, Abby, after slaughtering multiple people who, bear in mind, didn't even kill Joel themselves. It's just utterly ridiculous. The next tweet comes from Mark After Dark, and he says, what about the hundreds of people she murdered along the way? Oh my god, guys, I'm still learning. Guys, I've changed. Revenge bad. Imagine if Kratos in God of War 3, after killing every god and dooming hundreds for revenge, decided to just forgive and spare Zeus in the end. That's The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, that's another solid point. And that's something I brought up in my Last of Us Part 2 retrospective. PlayStation already has a franchise that tackles the themes of revenge and violence. So I don't know why The Last of Us is coming out of the woodwork, basically handling the themes of revenge, the cycle of violence, and trying to be all deep and complex. Dude, we already have God of War that handles those themes way better and with much more tact and grace and more respect for its IP and the characters. Stay in your fucking lane, like I said before. You don't need to handle this. God of War's got it covered. Do something different. This tweet comes from Manga Common, and he said, "So basically people who don't agree with my take are idiots. Wow, really makes me want to see your side of things, pal, where anyone who disagrees with you on this. Here's the thing, media is up to interpretation, and you putting it like that ain't gonna make people agree." Well said, Manga Common. He also shows another tweet that this person made. "I realize how inflammatory saying anyone who didn't have this interpretation of the ending has zero media literacy is. And yeah, I could have worded that a lot better. I just thought it was clear how the ending plays out, and seeing people still not understand is very frustrating."
Haha, fuck you too.
You know what? I'll save my 2 cents for later. The next tweet is from Josh Scorcher, and he said, "I've seen a growing amount of people use the term media literacy or even themes as a mask to justify bad writing and storytelling. It reeks of, you just don't get it, man." Well said, Fiery Joker. I completely agree. And this is something I brought up in my Last of Us Part 2 retrospective as well. People always love to use themes as a defense mechanism for their favorite piece of work, whether it's The Last of Us Part 2 or The Last Jedi. Just because something has an interesting theme, that doesn't mean it's exempt from criticisms of the writing and the storytelling. That shit is lame as fuck. The next tweet says, "The game is a horribly written piece of shit. No matter how much you try and fanfic what the game is really about, doesn't matter. They constantly talk about how the game has mechanics that show that revenge is a horrible thing that consumes someone. It just wasn't well written." Keep spilling the tea, brother. And last but not least, Melanie Max says, "Or maybe the story was simply retarded." Hey, it's nice to see that there are some female gamers that agree that this game was shit. Now, you probably want my opinion on this. This guy's a fucking dickhead. When he said media literacy, I immediately stopped taking him seriously. The whole purpose of art at its core is for the readers to come up with their own interpretation. And the fact that you're coming out of nowhere saying, "Oh, but the story's ending is really about this, that, and the third," and you're being needlessly condescending while you're doing it, it makes you look like a fucking dickhead.
You're such a dick!
And as for the ending, the idea is interesting, but execution-wise, it sucks. You don't get to slaughter multiple people, kill a dog, kill a pregnant woman, get your best friend killed, get your uncle handicapped and blinded, ditch your family, kill more people, lose your mother's switchblade, lose your fingers to kill an unlikable bitch that killed your father in cold blood, only to come to the realization that you should stop this for the sake of breaking the cycle of violence once and for all." There's no other way of putting it. The writing and execution in this game fucking sucks. And please, stop being a bunch of fucking pussies that can't handle when someone criticizes a fucking zombie video game. It makes you look fucking pathetic. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. If you want to get the game, get it. If you don't want to get the game, don't get it. As I said before, I am so fed up with this franchise that I don't even care anymore. I don't even care enough to end this video properly. So, bye.